Thank you, Mary Beth, and good afternoon, everyone, and pardon my back. I'm Jim Parisi. I'm a field rep with the Rhode Island Federation of Teachers and Health Professionals, and I'm honored to be your representative in this building, in the State House, at least when they're actually meeting in this building. I'm honored to represent you when we have issues of education funding and student discipline and curriculum development, and I'm particularly honored to represent you when we have an important bill like a charter school moratorium put in by Senator Goodwin and our friend Representative Bill O'Brien in this building. But I want to take 2 minutes of your time before you get your week's worth of steps in to tell you about a current project we're working on. Before the pandemic, your union got together with some other unions, the AFL-CIO, NEA, SEIU, and a bunch of community organizations for the Revenue for Rhode Island campaign. We knew that Rhode Island did not do a good enough job in investing in its community, in its buildings and infrastructure, in its education and higher ed system, in its social welfare net, and we needed to do something about it. So even before the pandemic and the recession that came with it and the economic turmoil, we asked the Assembly to raise income taxes on the wealthy, the top 1%. We're continuing with the campaign, and it's even more important now because once the federal money is spent, we're going to be as under-invested in Rhode Island as we were before the pandemic hit. The program is a bill by Representative Karen Alzate from Pawtucket and Representative Melissa Murray from Woonsocket that would raise income taxes by 3% on income over $475,000. Now, if anyone is in this crowd who's affected by it, I'm sorry, but you're obviously not a teacher. This would raise over $128 million that Rhode Island would be able to invest in higher ed, in K-12 education, in our infrastructure, important programs that we're underinvested in. So the bill is important. It's the Revenue for Rhode Island campaign. It's important for a Providence teacher because you know as well as anyone that the state doesn't invest in enough money in your professional development. Can we say ELL endorsement, anyone? The state doesn't invest enough in buildings. The state doesn't invest enough in core education programs for urban youth. And they're not going to unless we had more revenue. But this campaign is important for the community you teach in as well. Because the people in your community would benefit if we had more state money to increase the earned income tax credit, to improve public transportation system, to allow for an adequate amount of food stamps and after-school programs. The list goes on and on. Teachers and the community they teach in would all benefit by more revenue, and that's why your union is part of a campaign with a lot of other community groups and public unions to raise revenue for Rhode Island. Can you support us in raising revenue for Rhode Island, everyone? We're going to give you ample opportunity to weigh in with your senator and your representative on this important initiative. And we have an uphill climb because there are a few skeptics out there who are worried about the flight of the Earls, as if rich people are going to leave the state if we raise money. Folks, the top 1%, people earning over $475,000, quite honestly, they've done fine during this pandemic. But everyone else hasn't. We need to address it, and we need to address it now. Thank you.